can see if this starts on the Algo website quickly. Oh yeah, it's working. I think. Think it's working. Algo website. Yes, it's working. Let's go. So the MDX Algo website, you can watch all the streams from the website as well now. That's all good. Lovely, lovely, jubbly. So yeah, Tesla. I think I sent a little chart into the whoops, into Viking stream. Yeah, we do have this. It's gapping up quite nice. I don't think this is done per se. This is a very good area to possibly find some support. But my ultimate, like my sweet spot for Tesla would be right here. If I can happen to grab some Tesla around 180, I'll be very very happy with that. Um, yeah, because I just think, yeah, it's not too bad. If we do get like something like that and then a higher low, then it might be over for now for the dump. I think it's just too early to say on a lot of things though. It's way too early. But yeah, it is up 7% today, not too bad. Having a good day on the gap up. We'll see the open as well. When was that? Yeah, 8 a.m. Oh, it has opened. Maybe it's open for me because I'm in the London time zone. But yeah, Tesla, if I can get some at 180, phew, be looking good. Bullish divergence on daily Bitcoin. Let's have a look. Exciting. Very exciting. So yeah, we do have some bull div, which is nice. I do like this for a bottom as long as we can gain, March. Let's actually get something where, yeah. If we can gain March, I do like this, even though the yearly open is going to be the real one for the gain of the upper range. But bull divs don't just play out just on its own. You need to gain something for the bull div to play out properly. So this could just fail here and then go down here, and then yeah, it could even bull div again. But it's definitely interesting for sure. I am long, so I'm long on Bitcoin from I think 77k. I literally caught the bottom, so that's pretty nice for me. I actually had most of my orders in between 76 and 77, so I'm not really like it's not it's not my proper margin in. It's actually just a small amount, but I've already de-risked it, and if we go lower, fine, happy days. I'm also only ETH long. Same thing. I've de-risked it. I actually caught it around. If it loads, must have been 780. And yeah, this is what I think is gonna happen. It's either gonna reject off the weekly open and we're gonna go and do it again, or the bullish scenario would be a test of, I think, a test of this and then a bullish test of the weekly open. So it's either going to do that, or we could just fail here and get into this again. I definitely think this is probably going to be tested again, which is why I've heavily de-risked. I've de-risked the trade, and my stop's like here, so it's fine. Whatever happens, happens on that one. But yeah, if we can gain 1950 as a start, it still won't have changed the trend, but at least we'll be doing something. We do have some hidden bearish on the 4 hour, so we could go for a little another dumpy back into the demand zone. So yeah, I'd be cautious with trying to long or do anything here. But you could set some bids between 1,800 and 1,770 due to, I mean, if your average buy is like here and your stop's like there, it's only about 2.5%. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Another thing that I'm in, ooh, XRP. Actually looking not too bad. Another thing that I'm still in is ADA, which is actually looking pretty strong. So I had my orders set 6.5 to to March, just in this little pocket. All of them didn't get hit, but again, I de-risked the trade around 7.2, 7.3, 7.2, and yeah, we seem to be finding support on the 786 right now and the weekly open, which is quite good. So I'm just gonna leave it in with the stop and profit. So I'm like completely no risk on the table for me at the moment, but I've got some good longs in if this is to be the trend change in the bottom or the local bottom. However, I'm just not convinced at the moment until we see the actually the inflation data was good, so that's a positive sign. And yeah, let's have a look at SPX. I barely look at this. So this doesn't really give me a lot of hope. If anything, probably a bearish retest and slightly lower. Uh, but I don't think the SPX is over. As long as, I think we're going to do some retest lower possibly into here, which would probably coincide with 70k Bitcoin. Mm. And yeah, we've lost this swing on the total one as well. Not too bad though. Tested June. We probably might even test into like 2 trill, 2.1 trill, 2 point, yeah, in here. But yeah, I'm ready for any eventuality. And until this does something, altcoins are going to be dead. We're actually coming up to 0.021, which is very interesting. But yeah, I think that's it for my trades. I am on something else on my Blowfin. I'm in a dot trade, yeah. I think I told you guys about this on Tuesday. I'm in a dot trade from, like 3.7, which actually looks quite good for a test higher. Only on 3x, but this looks really good. I'll be happy with a test of September or even Q4. Actually, just September. That actually probably looks the best. But that's about it for my trades. I see T is doing not too bad. Harvey's actually broken this, so we can take that off. And yeah, I would like to see some charts and trades that you guys are looking at. Let me just look at the chart quick. Sorry, the chat, not the chart. Bullish div on daily Bitcoin, yes. Happy birthday, thank you, Lensby. You're a legend. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, I was going to, but I think I'm just gonna watch Shrek in bed. Lol. I keep saying limit orders from 200 to 150 on Tesla. I want the same prices on Mr. T. Yeah, I agree. I think there's gonna be a lot of buying pressure if we do like one more leg down on the SPX. I get a lot of people really freaked out. And then Bitcoin, yeah, down into like 70, 71, 70, 71. There'll be a lot of buyer pressure. Spot hoping for 72k. Yeah. Can you tell me how did you de-risk ADA? Thank you for the birthday wish. So yeah, it's actually very very simple, and you should do this on any trade. So I'll take you through my whole thought process of this trade. So the Q2 level and the March level was my area of interest, and the reason it was my area of interest is because it lines up with this low here and this low here, and this is the heavy demand zone over in March. So I had most of my orders in here, which by the way didn't get hit. Couple actually, it was like one or two light ones got hit around Q2, and then I think my stop was about 6.1 somewhere in here. And basically, as soon as we got into like 7.3, 7.1, this I think this swings from this must be a weekly swing from this whole swing point, this blue one. I simply just took 10 to 20% of my profit, um, janked up my leverage, so I have no margin in the trade, and then now my stop is either at break even or in profit. So if my entry's at 6.5 or just under 6.5, my stop can be at 6.6, and I've taken 20% of my trade out at profit. I've janked my leverage up to the highest, so I've got no margin in, and it's completely risk free for me now. There's no capital risk. I've got still got most of my trade in, obviously on high leverage. Um, but there's literally no risk to me anymore. If it goes down and stops me, it's fine. If it goes up and goes to the yearly open or even the 618, I've still got 80% of my trade in my initial trade. Even though all the orders didn't get hit, it's still it's still completely risk free for me. So that was the whole thought process, and yeah, it seems to be. If we go and test the yearly open, it'll have played out perfectly. But yeah, I did use the Stuba Pocket to help me, um, and we seem to be finding support on the 786 right now, which is quite nice. I might actually just delete this brush stuff so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, you can do that on any trade, and basically, yeah, you should be trying to take 10 to 20% of your trade off as quick as possible to mitigate the risk. Uh, and yeah, I only enter on 3 or 4x, 5x if I'm on Bitcoin. So my stop can be a little bit wider, and then yeah, you just jank it up after you take profit. Do you guys in the US also pay more tax on stocks compared to crypto? I actually don't know. Norway is 38% and 22% for crypto. I can't tell you about US, but the UK, it used to be 10 and 20. 10 if you're in the lower band, 20 if you're in the higher band. But now it's 18 and 24, and there's no specific for crypto. It's just the same, as far as I know. But they should make different. They should make different tax laws for crypto because, for example, Bitcoin is not. I don't see it as an asset. I do. It's kind of an asset, but it's also money in a store of value. So yeah. But just to round off quickly, Bitcoin. Um, we are actually bearishly retesting 84k and the March level. So any break of weekly open, and I think we're probably gonna do something like 72k, 71k, and it'll probably be quite quick, like a 10% dump day, and then I think yeah we'll probably see something like that after. But yeah, looking interesting for sure. Can you please look at Sol for sure, brother? So Solana. Solana is on its support level, so I put the box to exemplify it quite nicely. I can even take the auto charting tools off, so it's just a lot cleaner. This has acted as support many times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically 8, 9, 10. So this is a big area of support, by the way. I would expect us to get some sort of bounce from it. And the reason why is because we're bull diving on support. We've had a big dump, so you would expect there to be something. However, if Bitcoin were to do the 70k move, this is probably going to go into here, 100 to 92. So I do have some orders set around 92 to 96. I think that would be quite a good area to scoop up spot or low leverage trades. As of right now, I think you want to see a 4-hour close above here, 129, or even here. It's probably like that. To actually have some trend change, because right now we're bearishly retesting the underside of this little swing here, this bit. So yeah, I think by and large you would expect there to be a bounce, even if it's just to like September or Q3. But to long this, you kind of want to wait for something a bit more concrete, or if you have a set strategy or scalping strategy like I do, you can wait for some of your parameters to line up. Not really too much for me actually here, but yeah, it's I would say it's a bit risky to try and catch something now unless you're scalping. And I think you would expect there to be some sort of bounce here. However, I just don't really want to take a trade on here right now. And I am going to check the volume actually. So we'll do buy bit. And we'll take auto charting tools off. Go on the 12 hour. So yeah, we've had a nice selling candle on the same one that we bulldived, which is quite nice. The retail stablecoin demand could be higher. Um, yeah, possibly getting close to something, but we are underneath the node. I don't know. It's a little bit up in the air right now, actually, to be honest. I would say that longing this is a little bit risky right now. But we are on support, so if we can start creating higher lows and higher highs, I don't see no reason why you shouldn't try along on it. We can also hold stocks in the ISA tax free, but I hear that the plan might be to come after that as well. So yeah, I do want to start an ISA and put a MicroStrategy in it, so you can accumulate MicroStrategy all year round. I think you can. Oh, it's just a rumor, Jeff. It's not like a concrete plan, but it might be something that if they decide, which they probably will in the spring, that they need more taxes because, you know, they just love it. It might be something that they come after. Oh, I saw something about pensions. Pensions. Yeah, you never know. If any government were to do it, it would be this government. But yeah, enough about no politics today. Maybe a little bit because we are seeing some breakthrough in the Russia-Ukraine stuff, which is nice to see. So as of ETH, nice big selling candle. We are getting some bull div. We are getting into the oversold area as well, which is quite nice to see. I don't think this is not complete like bottom signal yet, but we are getting close to it for me. Yeah, I think we are getting very close, especially if this daily is bull diving like crazy. So's 3 day. Yeah, nice selling candles near the bottom. Retail stablecoin demand very high. We're getting close to it. We're definitely getting close to it, but it's too early to say that it's done. That it's over just yet. The dumpiness is way too early. What's happened there? What? Oh. But yeah, so see, I just don't really like that on the daily just yet. Couple wicks up, no regains of level. Looking a bit, looking a bit tough right now. Let's have a look at some other things. Yeah, so Tia was on its like lows. I think I was talking to Chaos about this briefly. Um, but this is like the lows. It's starting to look a little bit bottomy, but obviously we have no trend change yet. I think it's not a bad idea to try and catch a little low leverage long here. Just be aware that, you know, we could do a 10 to 20% dump if Bitcoin decides to go to 70k. And this is still not bullish price action by any means. It just does look like it's starting to bottom a little bit. Yeah. AVAX did all the way to 15, by the way. And you can see that this is probably going to end up in a bottom. That just as long as we can create higher lows, because this these have been respected. Actually, this got respected the first time, and then this got respected the first time. So it's less likely that this Stuber pocket will be respected the second time. But I mean, we could at least see a bounce into $25. It literally caught it perfectly twice, by the way. These macros. This is Stuber all the way taken from September 23 to March 24, and then we came down into the pocket at August 24, and then up into the next pocket at December 24. So it's literally called every top and bottom perfectly in the last couple years, basically. But yeah, it is less likely that the second time that it touches, it will be as explosive or hold. So just something to watch out for. If I take the auto charting off and actually delete these, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. And we're currently testing this swing, which is quite important to gain above right now. The first impulse, which was support for the whole big move up into the start of the end of 23 and 24, which was the big one. But yeah, interesting stuff. Definitely some opportunity about to arise around the corner, for sure. And yeah, same thing, similar with Sui. If we can gain above this swing here, which is also this high from October 24, could possibly be looking at a test at 3.25 or $3, a little bit higher. For right now, yeah, we've touched November perfectly. If we do get a rejection here, I'm expecting this to hold as long as Bitcoin behaves. So it's also a possible area to catch a potential long. However, just be careful that you're not knife catching and that you're kind of waiting for a higher low. Or if you are like setting orders, just please just go on 2 or 3x, because otherwise you're just gonna get wigged out. I sometimes am that guy. Don't get me wrong. It just happens, doesn't it? I pay zero taxes on stocks. Roth, yeah, IRA Roth, aren't you? Deep, yeah. I rarely look at deep because I like Sui. Sue. Yeah, so man, I think this is gonna do one more and it's gonna be the bottom. Or like we're gonna hold here, hold this low, and then base off it. It's obviously a bit too early to tell. I think it's quite worth like setting some orders in here, just because if we do that, we're literally at the bottom, guys. This is like bottom. I thought we were at the bottom, like the alt charts were looking bottomed a month ago or a couple of weeks ago. Now, whew. I mean, AVAX if it doesn't gain can definitely do a little bit more, but we have had a big retrace from Q2, 70% down. It's a lot. It's a lot. Maybe just check some of this volume. First on XRP. Yeah, a little bit. We don't have the retail stablecoin demand, but we do have. Whoops. You know what? Is there a vertical line? Yeah, we do have a bull div on the selling candle here. I don't think that's not really the bottom bottom signal, as they haven't really lined up yet, and we have made a low low. It's possibly close to something. Ada, not really as well. Link. A little bit. Not quite yet. We are bull diving crazy though. We are bull diving crazy. For sure. We gotta be quite close to at least something. Let's have a look at near. Quite a lot of buys. That was a selling candle, but we don't have anything to go on the oscillator. Yeah, it's not really looking like. It's not really looking too bottomed on the volume and the oscillator, but we could be quite close to something. Can you also look at Fartcoin? Yeah, I was actually trading Fartcoin quite recently. Where is it? Here we go. Not on this one though. So, what do we have here? We have quite a strong bounce off of this low. This is obviously going to be quite an important low now. We've broke some highs, which is nice. We actually broke some highs on this one. And yeah, I think a test back in here would be quite nice. There's probably a Stuber as well. I quite like that. I understand that there's quite a large area, especially on something like Farcoin. But it's quite hard to predict if it's going to hold, or like it could hold here. It could hold this previous daily. It could even hold this 618 on this low. I definitely think we're going to get some local trend change down from here. Just a slight pullback. A hold of the weekly open would be great. And the Stuber pocket would be golden, I think. It's not looking too bad. I actually quite like it. I do enjoy trading this because the max leverage is 3x on Hyperliquid. So it's super, super nice. This actually could be interesting for a short, to be honest. Yeah, that 50-minute has just locally broken that price action, so we're probably looking at slightly more down. If we were to come back up in, it could be something like this into this demand zone. And that's your area to short. I understand also that it's quite big. It's about 3%. So yeah, if you're on 3x, not too bad. Especially if you ladder your bids. So say you have, let's do $100 for simplicity's sake. Say you have $100 that you want to put in this trade, and your top bit is 305, you want to put like 50 at the top. 50, actually not 50, 40, 20, 20, 10, 10. Do you get what I mean? So you have $10, $10, $20. The higher you go up, the bigger your orders are. So that if you do get that spike, and sometimes you get stopped out, your big orders are nearer to your stop loss, so you take less loss. Do you get what I'm saying? Just laddering in, especially if it's quite big like that. But it's not too bad. The risk does go with it because you're on 3x and the stop's about 3%. So if you're using 10% of your account and your stop's at 10% of that trade, then it's about 1% of the whole thing. So it checks out. I don't mind it. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, there is a higher. I mean, it's starting to uptrend on the 4 hour, but we are getting close to these bands, and yeah, I just think it looks like we could go for a retest lower, especially as we've just broken this local uptrend. And we're obviously finding resistance on the March level and the daily open. So I think lower initially, but it is looking good. It's actually looking not too bad. We need to we need to make sure that this is the low now. So obviously we made a lower low from here. We need to make a higher low now, somewhere in here, off this low, to confirm the trend change. Because right now, I mean, I guess we've made a higher high from here, but we still have a lower low. So when this comes down and makes a higher low, bang, trend change. That's where you'll be looking for the long. Yeah, I might short that, to be honest. Mm. Yeah, I enjoy a bit of Farcoin. Hmm. Kato's looking very interesting. What's the funding rate on this? This is looking like it's trying to gain actually. I've had one, two, three, 4 hour closes above here in 20 minutes. I think this is looking quite interesting. I wonder what the funding rate is on this. Yeah, I'd watch for the 4 hour close on Kato for sure. It's actually looking not too bad. Oh, let's delete all of this. Interesting. Ina's trying to put in a higher low right now after testing the high. Still quite a lot of resistance above on Ina. But we are in the stupid pocket and we are starting to bull div massively. You can see a little bit better on the daily that the momentum's starting to come up and the price is going down into the support zone. I quite like stuff like that. Let's have a look at this. Nah, I don't like that. Cetus. What's Cetus doing? I don't like that either. That looks like it wants to go lower. Yeah, there's too much stuff there to look at. But yeah, I think in general, market's quite fun to trade at the moment. It's a nice amount of volatility. What's Pepe doing? Ooh, interesting. That could be the deviation actually. Whoops. That could be the deviation. Ooh, and it's regained. Oof, definitely looking interesting here. I quite like that. I do quite like that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. This could hold anywhere between here, here, and here now, and it could possibly signal some trend change. As this is obviously the low. We've tested the high, do the higher low, come up like that, and then it will look like the deviation underneath the range. That's the deviation. Whoops, that's a bit too big. This little bit of price action is the deviation. Come back into the range, made a higher low and a higher high. Not too bad. Kind of like here. But yeah, definitely something's developing. It's not looking too bad. Lol. That's jokes. Thanks for that, Eagle. Schmeagle. Carawan. Maligya Yang? Carawan? Is that how you say it? Is that I thought that was not. That's not. That's not Chinese. Is it? Tagalog. But yeah, I think it's definitely looking interesting. This to me looks like a bottom. It's just slightly too early to tell. And the reason why I say that is because this daily candle is going to close above this. Hold on, let's zoom in a little bit on the daily. It's going to close above this if we get that. And then that'll be the deviation. And I mean, hopefully we can go a little bit higher. I'm testing there and then put the high low in. Bang. Trend change done. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's have a look at PopCat. Yeah, I don't like that at the moment. It's looking pretty bearish. I'll long it on a gain of that, but right now, no thank you, sir. Hype's a little bit down right now. I don't really want to look at my trade. Damn. Hopefully we can get some sort of bounce here. But it does look like it's just bearishly retesting and going lower. Yeesh, I don't even want to look at that right now. Yeah, I also do. Oh, I do have some orders set on. Whoops, injective. Just in this area of 6.9 to 7.2 ish. Around here, if we do get that big drop, I think that will probably catch quite a lot. Might even catch here. But yeah, I've just got some. They're basically stink bids, aren't they? Basically. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna go and take some medicine.